But I want to stay in the 90s a little bit because I'm waxing nostalgia about the internet at that time, which was barely anything. We both grew up in the 90s, and I can't help but bring up your piece Constellations, which is maybe my favorite piece of yours. I love it because you've sampled a song in such a brilliant way in this music. So I'm wondering, what ways would you say that 90s music has influenced your work? Is it only this piece specifically in this way, or is it much broader than that?
That's a great question. Just a side note, when I was in like primary school, which is like the equivalent of elementary school in the States, I was in like a tribute band. So all we would do is learn the dance routines and like
Yeah.
perform it in front of our classmates or whatever. But yeah, the were very important in my youth. But yeah, like I think I'm one of those people who, if I like a song, I'm going to listen to it on repeat like 10,000 times until I'm completely sick of it. So I think for me, music has that power of like freezing moments in time. And maybe growing up in the 90s, I feel like my body like soaked up all of that energy, and that sound is just like a part of my musical DNA. 90s music for me is going to have like a flavor of who I was back then. So if I'm like trying to tap into that mood for some reason, I might incorporate elements from it, but it's never really done in a pre-planned way. It's more like, oh, I'll just grab a bit of that color and see what happens, and I'll go with my gut. So I think for me it's just sort of like I will have strong associations with certain pieces of music from certain periods in my life, and maybe I want to evoke an emotion for me that's there, and I'll try and grab some of the elements that feel right for it.
I think what you do so beautifully in Constellations is, at least to my ear when I listen to it, there's a familiarity about it, but you like it's not I mean it is, but it's not the song, you know. It's like you've manipulated it in a way where you're right, it's like just a little bit of that flavor. And
Mm.
anyone who knows that music, at least I think, and for me personally, it's like you pick up on that immediately. And I think that's why I love it so much, because I also love 90s music. So
Oh yeah.
what other, there's a lot of 90s music out there. There's a lot of different kinds of 90s music. What else do you like? What I know it's like putting you on the spot, but
That's like, and someone's like, what's your favorite movie? And I'm
yeah,
like,
right.
have I ever watched a film before in my life? It really depends. Like, I think what I'll do if I'm trying to like start a piece or whatever, like usually I'll almost make a Pinterest mood board
Like a
audio
mixtape.
wise, like
Yeah.
yeah, like a mixtape for sure. Yeah, and I used to make a ton of mixtapes, and like that would be like the 90s grunge, like all of that sort of stuff. But like I don't know, like it's just a wide mix of things. Like I remember when I was a kid making a mixtape, my dad was in the army and he'd be overseas a lot. So like maybe in the summer times we'd go and visit him in different, like he was stationed in Lebanon one year. And I remember making one mixtape that we like had to listen to the entire time. And it was like Led Zeppelin Stairway to Heaven into like the Backstreet Boys. So it was like chaos, but like I think I like to be open and be able to grab bits and pieces from everything.
Thank you so much for tuning in to Micromaker by Loose Leaf Transmissions. We hope you enjoyed this brief glimpse into the inner workings of the creative life. If this resonated with you, be sure to check out the full conversation on Music Maker with Tyler Kline, a podcast exploring craft and process, philosophy and inspiration, and the honest, often messy parts of being an artist, creative uncertainty, purpose and identity, and resilience. You can find Music Maker wherever you get your podcasts or by visiting musicmakerpodcast.com.